Okay. So this is why I say thank you, God. Now, what I'm gonna go through is gonna be horrible, but I knew that for a long time. And I've been making videos saying, "Give me strength. What I'm gonna go through is gonna be horrible, and God will be there for me till the end. But it's not gonna be easy. But thank you, God. I gotta say thank you. You know, it's so hard to imagine that in these circumstances where you would think that, oh, God has forsaken me. God has, why me, God? If anything, you're like, thank you, God. And this is why Target Vision we become very religious. I know what's happened to us is nothing to do with, well, not directly. It's not something spiritual. It's something, unfortunately, very scientific. As evil as that is, we're just human subject. We're being used like, this lab mice or even rabbits. We're guinea pigs, and it's a reality that is created in fashion to make you believe anything else but the fact that we're just test subjects. And they create these storylines and ways to because the participations of people involved in this program where they use human beings as test subjects come from all around, like all kind of people. At this point, I'm listening to Perp right now to try to make me feel, to disorient me from the reality. The reality is so obvious. The validations are magical. I mean, I'm literally in a video saying this is destroying the life of men, women, and children all around the world. I'm in that video. After I said that, there's a woman from another world, from another country, saying that. Then there's a woman from this country saying that. So when I say that, I'm listening to these perps whose job is to create this false reality. And I'm like, this is what I'm so thankful to God. I mean, because even though it's their task, that's their job, they're literally dedicating their life, as short as it's going to be, to create this false reality, to live in this false reality, and they have to stay in character. It's over. Like, the validation I needed to have has been surpassed. It's beyond validations. I've been in this program long enough, knowing I partake in the awareness of what this is doing to even women, to children. I literally am the one saying that, one of the first person you see talking on TI Day 2020, saying this is, I'm saying that because I believe that, and on top of that, after that, I'm followed by somebody who's saying, knowing I'm getting tortured by my whole family. I'm saying that there. I mean, this woman's saying that. Now, for sure, this is a level of just validation. Today they try to make me think this bullshit reality now we then would protect our children and this and that. I'm like, what? You have that much low self respect? So today, whatever they can to paint this facade of a reality, it's just like, wow, like this, you're such a low life. If I burn today, you can always see me saying this. This is torturing women, children, men all around the world. It's there. I'm literally the one participating in bringing awareness of how horrible this is, crime against humanity, what it's doing. I'm saying this is not only doing this, this is happening today, is torturing men, women, and children all around the world. You know what these perps try to find safety in? This is how horrible I'm going to be tortured, as if it's going to make them any better. It's so sad. And so it goes back to how things are happening here. I know everything is orchestrated. I know everything is planned. I'm even so tired to try to even like I'm like, go ahead. Like, this is perfect timing for this. And what I'm saying is, I'm being drained. Energy is being just destroyed. It's hard for me to function. I don't even know how I'm able to function right now. But I'm sure health has to do something. The level of fatigue I have is just another level. And on top of that, it's just like I don't even have the energy to deal with these people, these perps. Every day is a battle to not say anything. Because I truly see them for the low life that they are. To me, they're clowns. They come in all shape and form. Some of them more clowns than others. And they just keep bringing up how I'm gonna be tortured, you're gonna be raped, and throughout my time there, as an employee there, it's been a few years now. Now, that's after the fact I was already saying this is destroying men, women, and children. That was before TI Day 2020. So before I even started there, I was like, okay, I know what's gonna happen there. They're gonna do things to make it hard for me to function. 1 month in, I'm like, hey, I just got employed, but this is what's gonna happen. I know it's gonna be bad. Matter of fact, my manager let me know in their undirected way that I'm a target individual. That not that I'm a target individual. That she is gonna partake in this. There's ways they can say things to you without saying it, to let you know they're involved. This is the indirect conversations. And I'm like, okay, well, it's gonna be tough. Oh, and throughout my time there, she was like making it hard, and they create false stress. They try to get. I feel like they want to create some kind of emotions, ups and downs. Right? It seems part of this study. Like they want you to feel so bad, and then good, and then bad, and good, and then at the end it's about despair. So I understand that she's doing her part to create, to depreciate me for perhaps the destruction of my career. But I'm like, career at this point is like what? When you don't have health, how can you even have a career? If you can't walk, if you can't breathe, if you can't eat, what's a career? So they're destroying me, and I'm like, you think me being aware that my health is being so compromised that I know that function, like, what do you think? Like, they're so delusional. I was like, you think I would be able to function if I couldn't eat at all? They're clowns. As I'm saying that, to counter this obvious things I'm saying, this perps over here say, no, you raped me. Some fucking childlike people. These perps are so sad and pathetic, and I hope they continue to dedicate their life doing this. Because unfortunately, for them, they recognize something that, well, there's something that they can't escape. Death is something not unique to target individual. Diseases is not unique to target individual. Sufferance is not unique to target individual. Despair is not unique to the target individual. Everything they force me to experience is something they can experience in other ways. They can be sick to the point where their organs fail. They can waste away in other ways. My organs might be failing because they're doing something to me via the DOT technology. Their organ can fail because of a natural organic cancer. And I'm saying that specifically because there's an employer who is an employee that was there from the beginning. Well, not really in the beginning. When I got employed after, whatever time I was already like a target individual, speaking about being a target individual, making videos about it. I think in January something, 2021, I made a video when I got hired. But I already had videos before that in 2020. She was here, and actually it's a he. And made it clear that she excited to see me suffering in ways that's so horrible. Talk about how I'm gonna be split in two because I'm gonna be raped and this terrible things. Now, and I used to get really angry because she would do things to try to get my anger up. I was like, "You gonna get yours?" I would say that, I was like, "You gonna get yours?" I will have this conversation, and you'll get yours. And what I mean by "you gonna get yours" is like, you are here doing these things to me today. You're gonna watch me suffer in whatever ways you're saying. It's gonna be bad, but you will have your time. your life right now being dedicated to do these horrible things to me will be properly reimbursed. Today I moved here after I started working there. These people that interact with me today, they came after her or him. He now has a type of disease that needs to be taken care of. I don't think he's gonna die. I think it's just gonna be a long journey to getting back to normal. But that's not gonna be an easy journey. It's the kind of journey that's it's gonna be a lot of ups and downs. As you're pushing me to have this ups and downs and then crash me, you will get yours. I think, if anything, this is a warning. I don't think this is how things are gonna end for him. But I think it's just a warning because as I'm being radiated, tormented, and tortured, this happens to this person where now he needs to be radiated, but for the a beneficial reason, but it's also causing uncomfort. Now, they've been orchestrating how they're gonna let me go. I'm like, oh my gosh, now you should let me go because this is a poetic way to let me go. Because when you started, you were not having this issue. You're gonna let me go. After now, you need to be going through these things. Throughout the whole process, if anything, more and more and more validations have validated me to the point of surrealness. Surrealness. We went through mass shootings, through the fact that these entities who run this program, which we know is not these people that you see every day doing these things to you. Target individual, do not make the mistake. They have these tactics of creating a psyop. What I mean by psyop is they want you to believe that this is anything but this massive government that happens to have so much issues in regard to the ways they care about children. I'm hearing this perp tell me, laughing to himself, I'm going torturing you. Because he knows I'm going to say that there's a bunch of pedophiles in this agency running this program. So much so there's a freaking bill called End National Defense Network Abuse Act. So much so that a BuzzFeed article came out with a BuzzFeed article saying, literally, there's been a pattern of issues with the CIA and children, pedophilia issues. Throughout this whole process, while I'm here working for this person, more stuff come up. They tell me I'm going to die and it's going to be horrible. They're going to trick me like this. And I know the torture I'm going to experience is going to be based on the level of how they've been humiliated. Oh, you know how they're going to make me experience these horrible things? They're going to frame me with their children. They're going to say that I did something to their children and they're going to lie. They're going to lie for our children, protect our children. They're like, oh my gosh, please do. You see this pathetic, whatever they are, these kids. Whew, God, it's so sad. You see this person? You see how she was dedicated? She's still dedicated as we speak today. I'm like, if I was going through what this person is going through, hell, one thing is for sure. Let me do things that are positive. I don't think she's gonna end from this, but you never know. This thing that he has, could be what takes him to the next phase of life. I don't think it's gonna happen, but if you're not aware of that, you act accordingly. You do things in ways to understand I'm going through this. Let me just put things in a positive way. Because it's happening while I was watching this person being radiated, numbed out, dying, organs failing. Who knows what's happening to my organs? Who knows how many, maybe cancers, maybe tumors, cysts, or whatever. And wow, it's happening out of all the time while this is happening to him, and I'm partaking in his torture. So I would be like, you know what? Let me chill out a little bit. Let me get some good stuff on my way, some good karma. Because it is just a little bit too much of a coincidence that while this is happening to him, me, who's somewhat a young person, would have that, and I have to go through this. Now, what this person has, everybody can get it. I'm not that magical, but you have to put things in perspective as in this person was so involved in whatever's happening to me so much. He was not just some random person. It's somebody that I perhaps interacted the most out of everybody. The most. I was literally isolated to the point where it was a lot more interaction with this person than anybody else. So for that person to have that is just too. It's like I can help it to think maybe like but I'm not stupid to think that everybody can get what this person have. This is life. That's why I'm like, please dedicate more time doing these horrible things. Please, because you never know what procedures you will have to go through as you've been doing these horrible things to target individual remotely, being so dedicated to be this dumb, to be so disgusting to human beings. Sorry, while you to dogs or whatever you call target individual, while you being a god. The horrible things I'm gonna go through, God give me strength, but this dignity in my suffering, so it's gonna be easier to go through whatever I'm gonna go through, as horrible as it's gonna be, because I understand how dignified I feel. Imagine I go through what they go through. Imagine I get sick from whatever, but I've been spending and dedicating so much of my time doing these foul things, calling myself a winner when I have to literally make myself a retard. When I have to turn my sense of logic, and I'm sorry for using that word. I don't like to use that word, but there is no better word to describe when you mentally handicap yourself. Mental handicap exists. They are choosing to think this way for the purpose of the benefits or the incentives this program provides them. This is spiritually, this is almost biblical. Especially when somebody who partake in it so much so that now she's the one going through these things and still still involving herself. Like, come on. You need to get out of this. You better dedicate your time doing good things. If I was you, I would do everything. I would not be like, listen, you've done enough for a lifetime. I don't wish for you to pass at all. I want you to live longer. I want you to see a little bit more. I don't want this thing to end immediately for you. I just want you to be God a little bit more. And I'm looking at this purpose just a bottom feeder. I know who truly, when I think about who really destroyed my life, I'll never look at them. Just partake in the destruction of my life. My life was already being destroyed, big time. It was over, matter of fact. They just came in and participated, got the incentive they needed. To me, when I look at my current employer, I don't even feel like I'm employed by them. It's like a phase of my torture. I don't feel any attachment. It feels so nothing. Like I feel no connection. I've been there for a long time. Well, not a long time, but longer than my majority. Beside the employer who's the employee who I worked most of my life for. They're the second. But I feel nothing. It feels like I've never even been there. I have zero connection to them. I feel nothing. If I swear, if tomorrow I don't, if they let me go tomorrow, I will feel nothing. In regard of connections, nothing. Not even the. I feel obviously not the salary, but in my state of brain state, it's just my brain is just being destroyed. Functioning is getting so tough to the point where it's like, man, it's probably not even worth it at this point. Like like today, I'll feel at peace if today is the last day. It's like how much I was able to do this for this long, and it's gonna end while you go through this. Hey, let's go. I knew better that there's no way that I can function to this level with what I'm going through. There's gonna be a point where I can't do anything. But if it ends today, I'm okay with that. And to find out that this person who was there from the beginning of your employment at this current location, and he's now toward the end, if this is the end, in this state, maybe that's how it's supposed to end. Maybe that's my purpose. Now, target individual, stay strong. This person is still in this state. This person is still trying to orchestrating these things in this way. So I'm like, oh gosh. It's like, please, you. This feels like the same thing when you were healthy. Remember going through this thing? Remember going this up and down, trying to make me, make me feel nervous about this and that. It's like, remember this. Stop this orchestration. Just, I'm not. And I don't even have the energy to play the game anymore. Too tired and fatigued. There's new employee. I'm like, you will break down in 2 seconds. You know when they hire some new people, they start with a lot of energy, and then just whoop, it's too much because I will refuse to let them escape. I refuse. And they make it hard for me to maintain stability. My brain is just, but I refuse. I prioritize in making these videos because this employment is going to end because of not only, even if they let me continue to work, I'm too mentally broken down. Like my health will make me stop doing that. Health wise, I will not be able to continue. There'll be a point where my brain is just, I can't function. I can't use my brain. I can't function. I can't eat. But me making videos can help somebody even when I'm no longer here. Target individual, these people participate in this will get theirs. They will. When you hear these people interact with you, because most of us, or a lot of us target individuals, deal with V2K. What is V2K? V2K is this voice to skull technology. They can pipe in voices. So they can interact with you, speaking to you remotely. Now, when you hear them interacting with you, you're going to hear that they make themselves sound certain ways. That you think maybe most likely they don't speak to you, they won't speak like that in everyday conversation. This is how they try to harness some kind of mystique. They route you, then they won't. It's like, literally. But you see who's talking to you, please. The mystique is remote. They're very much low lives. And from all shape and form. Matter of fact, if they had some kind of self-respect and dignity, once you're involved in this program, I swear you see it in front of you, you can see how people can literally turn into something else. You see people minimizing themselves. Regardless of how you're being manipulated, you see them like turning to people that are just with no respect. And now you're like, oh my gosh, I feel like a genius. And do not be intimidated, because I'm employed by people who are much higher position than me. I speak up, and these people with a higher hierarchy than me try to use that to push you over to accept this manipulation. I refuse that. First of all, you can intimidate me because I come from an environment of employment where these people were so influenceable, and the reason why I'm dying today, that their impact is not only just what they do